Well, senior broadcast journalist Jonathan Scott joins us now to help unpack some of these comments. First of all, for those who might not follow Spanish, Jonathan, could you just summarise what we've just heard there?
Yes, good evening, Shalina. Spain's Secretary of State for the EU said nothing is blocking EU-UK negotiations. Pascual Navarro hopes a Gibraltar treaty could be ready by the end of the year. He told reporters in Brussels a text is on the table, a proposal by Spain, which he said is or has been sufficiently explained, he said, by Spain. So Spain saying that its position should now be known by the UK and Gibraltar. He said the text is long and complex as it concerns all aspects of the EU's relationship with Gibraltar. There's a lot of technical detail to discuss, and that'll take some time. But the more positive aspect of his comments is that he says there's nothing blocking negotiations, which he expects will progress swiftly. In order for the treaty to be applied, the senior diplomat said some practical administrative arrangements regarding the role of Frontex will need to be defined. And he also said that the situation is a bit unique in respect of Frontex, and Spain is confident that an agreement will be possible before the end of the year. And he also said that everything is on the table. Right. Negotiations need to be finalised, and the logical thing is that these negotiations should be finalised by the end of the year. That's what we're all hoping for.
Right. Well, the day's developments didn't quite end there. The Chief Minister responded this afternoon to say there's no agreed text at the moment and no dotting of I's and crossing of T's at this stage. Fabian Picardo said negotiations continue positively and Gibraltar will only reach an agreement if it's safe and secure. So, Jonathan, what do you make of these two dialogues from Spain and Gibraltar?
Yes, so when we first heard the comments from the Spanish diplomat, they caught our attention and we thought, oh, there's a text on the table. So is this the text?
Quite positive news earlier this afternoon.
Yes, it certainly sort of got us thinking, oh, wait, maybe we're closer to an agreement than we thought. But then later on in his comments, he says, he makes reference to the fact that this is effectively Spain's proposal. And then certainly the Chief Minister, as you've just said, made clear that there is no agreed text. Spain has put forward her, what it would like to see from an agreement. The UK and Gibraltar have done the same. Yeah. But the Chief Minister has made clear that there is no agreement at this stage, and therefore, although he would like, and the Gibraltar government would like to be talking about, crossing the T's and dotting the I's, we're not there yet.
Not quite. Well, people will be feeling anxious hearing these two very different comments today in such a short space of time. So, is there anything positive to take from the fact we are hearing about the end of the year more?
Yes.
It does feel like we are, right?
It does feel like that the minds are being sort of focused on the end of 2022 as the moment when hopefully a treaty, if it is agreeable, should be agreed. It is clear that the position of the UK and Gibraltar governments is not yet agreeable by Spain, one assumes. But what we can say with certainty is, I think, from the Chief Minister's comments, is that certainly whatever Spain has proposed is not agreeable and will not be agreed by the Gibraltar and British parties.
Well, just before we go, we did hear about some queues perhaps at the frontier this afternoon, is that correct? Well, do you have more information on that?
Yeah, they're a little bit difficult to quantify because some people were made to wait longer and some people a little bit less, but we understand that there was at times only one officer checking passports on the way out of Gibraltar. So Friday evenings are normally busy, but perhaps there were slightly longer delays than normal on a Friday evening today because at times, instead of 2 passport controls, there was just 1.
Okay. Well, Jonathan, thank you very much for joining us. No doubt we'll be having more conversations like this as the year carries on.